Hey, Kelly, the Georgia Senate races are on track to become the two most expensive Senate races in history, as the party is sending top billing in past presidents and vice presidents, and funds associated with party leaders are lining up their fundraising firepower but behind each of these candidates. Since the November election, Democrats have outraised Republicans nearly 2-1 on the main online vehicles Win Red and Act Blue. Jon Ossoff has raised $55 million to Senator David Perdue's $29 million, and Reverend Raphael Warnock has raised $57 million to Senator Kelly Loeffler's $27 million. However, the candidates in each of these races are nearly even in spending, according to Ad Impact, when you factor in all of the outside money coming from leadership PACs associated with the Republican and Democratic parties. Now, Democrats winning both of these seats in Georgia would provide a deadlock in the Senate, a 50-50 composition there, but you would get a tiebreaker in Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. But you have corporate entities like the American Banking Association who are buying ads for the Republican candidates because they want to safeguard that light regulatory touch and low taxes. Meanwhile, Democrats and unions and those types of groups want that more progressive agenda. We spoke with Mary Kay Henry, who leads the service employees unions. They represent workers from healthcare to hotels, and we asked her about whether these outside national groups should be flooding the zone in states like Georgia and impacting the interests of state voters. Here's what she said.
And we have thousands of SEIU members in Georgia, and the way our union operates and across the labor movement is when we have a family member in crisis, we rush to have their back.
Early voting in Georgia has started this week. The Secretary of State, Kelly, says it is expected to be a higher turnout than runoffs usually are. So we will see what sort of numbers the state can command and what actually happens to the balance of power in Congress.
You know, Kayla, it might be tough to tell at this point, but is the money that's pouring in moving the needle? And what do the polls show?
Well, the polls are pretty much neck and neck, Kelly, and every week there seems to be one that puts the blue candidate ahead or the red candidate ahead. Right now, you have Senator Perdue with a half-a-point lead, according to the Real Clear Politics average, and Reverend Warnock has himself a 1-point lead, according to the Real Clear Politics average for that race. But those are both far smaller than the margins of error in those races. And as I mentioned, every few days there's a new poll that shows the other candidate leapfrogging. It's going to be impossible to tell before January 5th.
Yeah, and it's coming up quick. Kayla, thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.